as I stood on the precipice of the world's highest bungee jump, 216 meters of nothing in front of me, I turned to Captain and I asked, Captain, have you attached the rope? What I was really asking was, am I safe? You know, for far too many children, waking up each day is like getting out of bed with that bungee jump precipice, not knowing if they're going to be safe or if they will be held when they fall. And when the child mind enters the survival state, the little brain people, well, they run backwards and forwards, screaming one thing through explosive, aggressive behaviors. Am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? And until we can answer that with an embodied, resounding yes, the executive brain at the front of the mind cannot be activated. In fight or flight, there is no natural creativity. There is no access to curiosity, and there is no choice. Learning becomes impossible. And if we are the children in this room who grew up from those childhoods, then we're going to have our psychological work ahead of us, because we're still going to be making decisions and acting out behaviors based on beliefs that were formed in our unsafety as young children under 6 years old. This cascades further, because if you choose to become parents before you get to do the inquiry and unwrap the history of your own belief systems and negative behaviors, then your children are destined to be stuck in the same limitations that you experienced. You see, we can't model what it is that we haven't learned. And you can't be the parent that you want to be unless you've done the unraveling of your own personal history so that you can model something different. And modeling is how kids learn. They copy everything you do and say and think. Now I know that the work as adults to climb back up the hill and reconnect with your inner childhood innocence and essence is hard work, it's vulnerable work, it's courageous work, but it's also rewarding work. Now what if our children don't need to fall so far? If there was a way to help them so that when they became adults, they wouldn't have as much work to do. And at the same time, if there was a way to rekindle the essence and innocence and wisdom that are in us as parents and adults. This is the work that I do. With the help of incredible illustrators, I create worlds where heroic characters have heartfelt victories that readers of all ages can learn from. Through stories, the power of story conveying messages to the heart and actionable skills. You may not know this, but this is the hug factory in the center of your heart, and hugs zoom through the door of the heart. Their love gets caught on the solar panels, the big battery gets filled up, and there's an encoding room where each hug is specially made and freshly encoded with just the right amount of love and care to delight the heart it is made for. The elephant who tries to tiptoe teaches us, to be herself when she remembers that elephants don't tiptoe and she's just right the way she is. The boy who searched for silence, finding silence after his quest when he falls inwards and lands within. More than stories, I like to talk to parents about the value of the last 20 minutes of the day. When you draw in close and snuggle with your little ones, and your love, contact and connection is all that's needed to help them navigate the unsafe moments they experience during their day. We call this togetherness. When togetherness happens, heartbeats regulate. When togetherness happens, old pains dissolve. And when togetherness happens, the world, your world, returns to its rightful state of safety. Now, the fastest way that I've discovered to create togetherness is through shared breath. And parents around the world are practicing the snuggle breathing meditation as they go to bed each night. And I'm going to invite us together to take these 4 breaths. Please join me. Breathing in, I breathe for me. Let's do that again. I breathe for me. I breathe for you. I breathe for us. And I breathe for all that surrounds us. Notice softness. Softness is the indicator that safety is happening. When safety happens, creativity emerges. When safety happens, emotions are manageable and problems are solvable. And when safety happens, choice comes to the surface, and you can choose to do that one thing that you have been hesitating to do. Step up to the trembling edge of yes, knowing that you are safe, there is a rope, and jump into the life you were born to live. Thank you.